today we are joined by Oscar, who has just finished his cadetship with Fulton Hogan. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, for those who don't know who Fulton Hogan are, can you explain to us a little bit about what you guys do?
We mainly do civil construction as a broad sort of thing. We do anything from sort of small jobs around council streets, major asphalt works on freeways, expressways. We also do a lot of like drainage and stuff, road widenings. Another big thing we do is airports as well. So we work on domestic airports and also RAF bases around the whole of Australia. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
But it's not just asphalt. Like on the airports, we put a fuel-resistant membrane down, do line marking on all the airports, asphalt as well. So, yeah.
Awesome, cool. And so you have just completed the cadetship program. Can you tell us a little bit about what the cadet program involves?
Basically, so it goes for roughly 2 years, and in that 2 years, you'll move around to 8 different business units for about 3 months at a time, and then basically you just get to see the whole of what the company does. Try to learn as much stuff as you can, and learn as much as you can.
Yeah, awesome, cool. So what have you learned on the job while completing the cadetship program? Like, you know, what sort of things were you learning?
Pretty much everything. So you basically, when you come here, you start off not knowing too much about it, and then you learn from, like when I first started, I didn't really know much about it. I didn't even know it was called asphalt. I thought it was called bitumen. But start off, pretty much know nothing, and then as the time goes on, you learn bits of everything, and then they all sort of blend in together at the end of it. Because you go to the asphalt plant, and then you obviously then go to actually asphalt lay, so you see sort of the transition of it. Basically just everything that you need to know. And like now, or like I said, when I first started, I basically knew nothing, and now I know pretty much everything.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, cool. So what about when you're at high school? What did you study at high school? And do you think that those subjects helped prepare you for your cadetship? And is this sort of what you thought that you'd be doing when you were at high school?
So when I was at high school, I was just doing, my main subjects was English, math, woodwork, metalwork and automotive. And to be honest, I didn't think I'd be in the construction industry. Because when I was at high school, I was a butcher. That was my first job, and I just thought I was going to be doing that for quite a while. And then this job came up, so I thought I'd see how it goes. And when I first heard about it, I actually didn't really know what civil construction was. I just thought it was construction, and that was it. I didn't even know who Fulton Hogan was. So, I guess sort of some of the subjects helped out. The math one definitely helped out quite a bit. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's good that like you can do a cadetship like you've just completed and just learn everything on the job.
Pretty much, yeah. Like you don't need to know too much about the actual civil construction industry to participate in the cadet program as such, because you learn pretty much everything here. So
yeah. Perfect. And then, so how have you found working compared to studying?
I'll much prefer working any day, because I've never liked school. I didn't mind the practical subjects like the wood, metal and automotive, but school just wasn't for me. Hence why I left when I left. And I wouldn't change that. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely. School's not for everyone. And so it's really nice to know that you can go into a cadetship like at Fulton Hogan as another option for sure. So how did you find you were supported during your cadetship, and, how did that help you succeed?
When you first start at Fulton Hogan for the cadet program, you get paired with a mentor and a buddy. So the mentor checks up on you every month. I pretty much had a meeting with him, And then each business unit you go to, you have an assigned buddy. So if you're struggling with something or you're not too sure what to do, you need a hand in different areas or stuff like that, you've got that buddy with you who obviously knows that role and that business unit. So they'll be able to help you out with whatever it is in that business unit. But yeah, like I said, then we've also got the mentor, and it's the same mentor for the whole 2 years. And yeah, have monthly meetings with him. He'll check up, make sure everything's going all right. Any concerns, problems, stuff, I sort it out. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really awesome.
Makes it much easier, and you can sort of takes a lot of weight off your shoulders knowing that you've got people there to give you a hand.
Yeah, 100% for sure. What would you say has been your biggest takeaway from your time in your role so far?
The biggest thing would just be learning a bit of everything, because at the end of it, at the end of the program, you get to pick where you want to stay. Obviously, you can move around after that, but yeah, after the 2 years is up, you sort of sit down and go through it all. And I reckon that the biggest part of it is just being able to actually see everything, and so that way you got a bit of knowledge in all sorts of areas, and that doesn't only help with whilst you're at work, but also at home and other things like that. So I reckon, just learning a bit of everything is really the biggest thing to take away from it.
Yeah, cool. So just finally, if you were still at high school, what advice would you give yourself?
If I'd go back in time and redo it, I obviously wouldn't change anything, because then I wouldn't be where I am now. But for anyone else sort of back then when I was that age, I'd probably the biggest one that I struggle with but have difficulties with is like the math side of things. So if I had to go back and do it again, I'd probably concentrate a little bit more at school, especially with areas like that. But apart from that, probably wouldn't change much.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. But it is definitely good to know that what you are doing at high school in the maths is actually going to help you, because I think a lot of the time you sort of go, what am I going to use this for? I'm not going to use this in the real world.
Yeah,
but you're trying to do.
I was one of those kids that used to say that, like, oh, I'll never be needing this, I'll never need that. And you might not need everything that they teach you in school, but the general sort of stuff, it's good to listen.
Yeah, awesome.
Take it on board.
Good advice. And I have to say, we're only 5 days into November. Is that Mo for Movember?
I'll say so it looks impressive, but no.
No, it isn't impressive.
I've had it for quite a while.
Okay. Oh, well, it was great to chat with you, Oscar, and thank you for chatting to us about the Fulton Hogan Cadetship, and good luck with the rest of your role.
Thank you.